I've had a radio show for 14 years that nobody's listened to, and I created a question it's a comedy radio show, and I like the question, especially asking a veteran comedian. So you get to be on a show with any two comedians from any point in history, so they can be alive, they can be no longer alive. Two comedians and the venue you'd play. So who would you choose, and what's the venue?
I would choose George Carlin and Jerry Lewis, and I would put it at Massey Hall in Toronto.
Nice. Two great comedians. Why Jerry Lewis?
He saw me at the Laugh. I'm one of a very few. Jerry never goes to the comedy clubs because of the way he is. And he was a friend of Dane Cook's because they were in a independent movie together. And Cookie got him down to the Laugh Factory. And he said, Hotz, like you got to go first. And then I'm going to go because Jerry's here. And then he's going to leave. And I went, oh, okay, I'll go on. Don't worry about it. So I go on, I open, you know what I mean? Just fucking killed, you know what I mean? And then Cook goes on and he fucking kills. And we're standing in the exit. I'll never forget this. We're standing in the exit entrance of the Laugh Factory. And Jerry's leaving, you know, with his 3 or 4 people. And I go to the doorman. You think I could take a picture with him? And the doorman goes, no way, man. He's a real prick. He doesn't take pictures with anybody. Right?
Wow.
And then he looks at me, Lewis, and he goes, oh, that face. And he comes running up to me. He goes, that's the funny kid. That's the funny kid. And then I go, can I take a picture with you, Mr. Lewis? And he goes, sure. And he turned around and the guy was there and he took the picture and then he turned and went the other way and I got it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest moments of my life as a when I was a baby. I saw this guy's black and white movies, man.
Yeah, me too. All of us probably saw those movies. Absolutely.
Dude, that was what a moment, you know, to have that happen, you know?
Pretty physical too, eh? Jerry Lewis, like super physical.
And then he did that thing, you know, that "Hey Lady" thing that he does. He yelled it as he was leaving the club. Yes, he did.
Awesome.
And he was like in his, you know, he was like 89 or something. Man. Really old at the time, man. Shit.
He's a legend. Cool. He's a true legend.
Yeah, I got to see him, and he got to see my act. That's amazing. And then he died because he saw my act.
That's it. He's like the modern Charlie Chaplin at the time kind of
That's
thing.
what it was, right?
You know what I mean? Like, for me, that's what it was.
Yeah, the last throwback to that time, right?
Exactly.
And we weren't alive, so it's kind of cool for us, you know?
Yeah. You still have that picture, I hope.
I do. Did you know what he invented? He invented on cameras. Do you know this? You know video replay? He invented it.
Yeah. Really?
Yes. The camera that sits on. He had another camera sitting on top of the camera, and then he could look and play back the scene to see if he'd done it right or not. He invented it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He was an innovator as well as a comedian.
That's interesting. That's interesting also that you go to Jerry Lewis, to George Carlin, which was a really controversial, funny comedian, like so smart. I mean, watching his shows, even now I still watch his shows. And after I watch his full bit, at the end, you're still thinking. You're still thinking about what he just said. And, you know, yes, it's funny, but it's deep. It's some deep thoughts.
Carlin was, he was one of the greatest of all time. Underrated, I think, you know, if not the best, you know, I think. But he was just my favorite growing up as a kid. And then the Lewis thing was the physical. And so I have a little bit of both. And that's good enough for me, you know.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.